Video. I need to report this again. There is a river flood warning for the community of Three Rivers until further notice. Repeating again, there is a flood warning for the community of Three Rivers until further notice. Now we can have some fun. Now I can react and have some fun to watch these reacting to whatever I feel like reacting to on now on YouTube. Once again, there is a river flood warning for the community of Three Rivers, Michigan until further notice. Ooh, Judge Joe Brown, I haven't seen him in forever. Really, 13 years. He's been off there for 10 years? Wow, over 10. Wow. Over there for over 10 years. Wow. Wow, that's surprising. He's still, wow, that's surprising. But sorry, Judge Joe Brown, I don't want to watch you right now. I mean, I like you, but you're better than Judge Trudy or whatever her name is now. She's still doing her video. But yeah, Judge Joe Brown used to watch you all the time. Now we are here to watch some random things. So here we go. Wrong channel. That's the wrong channel. I don't like watching their videos that much. He's good, but he's not that good. No offense. If he was, no offense, I'm a little bit better. No offense, this guy is not as good as I am. I'm a little bit better than this guy is. So punch in a couple codes here and see what we can find on the good old YouTube here. Okay, space. HPL 42F75. Nope, HMI 42LQ. H. Human H. Ooh, as human, here we go. Let's see here. Mesosuchus as humans. 3 months ago, 2 weeks ago.
2 months ago, the others and I escaped from...
5 months ago, 6 months ago. Ooh. Okay. I don't believe that. Okay. This is a hard one to throw. No. I think more tattoos, earrings. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes more sense. Hello, guys. I'm hurting right now.
Hey guys, I don't own any of these comics. Oh.
I'm not cutting the grass. It's still too cold to cut the grass. I had to clean up sewage. I had to clean up water in the basement again. I'm not in a good mood right now. Tab is charging. I'm just doing I just watching random stuff online. I just put something called randomizer. So
comics, all credit goes to the amazing artist. Please show them some love. Their links are in the description below. Thanks.
I don't speak Spanish.
The others and I escaped from the circus, and yet I opened my eyes.
Someone's watching random stuff, guys.
Please show them some love. Their links are in the description below.
Yeah, I bought myself a new vacuum cleaner. It's I told you I bought myself a 6-gallon shop vac, and guess what? I had to dump it like 4 or 5 times. So it's here. 1 gallon weighs 8 pounds. So 8 times 6 is how much? That's how much you call. Yeah, so 1 gallon weighs about 8 pounds. So 8 times 6 is what? Please tell me in the comments below, because I don't remember. My back hurts.
Thanks. 2 months ago, the others and I escaped from the circus. And yet, I opened my eyes. I was alone. I walked for a long time, hoping to find a phone booth to call my mother.
Alright. No. I live at a hill. It came from the air conditioner guy is going to get... When I find who did my air conditioner, I'll give him a piece of my mind whoever did my air conditioner. It's their fault.
But the police stopped me first. I took the opportunity to ask them for help. I told them I thought I was a missing person. The police then searched their database and and took me to the police station. In the reflection of the glass, it's hard to see my former self again. I think I ended up getting used to my jester-like appearance. Once at the station, they asked me questions about what had happened to me. They told me they had found my car abandoned in front of an old building 7 months ago. I chose to tell them that I remembered nothing, not even my own name. I called my parents to tell them the news. They came to the station. My mother burst in tears. Christine!
Her name is
I never
Christine.
thought the circus would change me so much.
Her name is Pamela Ami, not Christine. That doesn't count.
I could no longer bear to see my former self. I needed a change. Strangely enough, I had gotten used to my colorful avatar. Going back to my darker, edgier self just didn't feel right anymore. And I still hold on to the hope that wearing these three colors that once defined me in the circus might help others recognize me in the street. Yet,
Yeah, I've been watching that. Let's do the radio lately.
I know such a chance will
On the radio, I've been hearing about it lately on the radio.
After a month, I moved back into my old apartment. My mother was hesitant about it, but I desperately needed the solitude to reconnect with myself. Now I find myself alone without them, stripped of my bearings and my routines. Even if the circus was a prison, its prisoners were still human beings with whom I had forged real bonds. I worry about the others.
Maybe RCI has
I
too.
only hope they truly manage to escape. They are people like me, forced to learn how to live, carrying our fractured minds, unable to speak of the circus to anyone without being dismissed as insane. And I miss them. I'm trying to piece together a normal life again, learning how to eat, how to tame my anxieties, how to live in my new solitude. For 2 months, I searched for them relentlessly. I changed all my usernames to Pomni and tried posting on every social
Nope. I'm not watching Channel 3. I want to relax. I'm not watching the news.
network the names they might have chosen. Why were the names we had been given so common? I even reached out to Reddit, hoping someone might have heard the game The Amazing Digital Circus. But it was all in vain.
Okay, let me move you guys. There we go. I want to relax. I don't want to bend down and look at cassette
Still not a
tapes.
single response. Then, one day, a notification popped up on one of my YouTube videos with my username JacksBoy52.
No, the St. Joseph River. They said the St. Joseph River's floating in
Great
Three
channel.
Rivers.
I feel like I'm your first fan. I was overwhelmed, shocked, moved, a rush of emotion flooding me all at once. I quickly replied, hoping with all my heart that it was really him. I tried not to get too carried away, just in case it wasn't actually him. I hope I'm not cringe. Thank you so much. I really love your profile picture. The purple rabbit is hilarious. Then he replied immediately, just leaving his phone number. I promptly took a screenshot and deleted his comment. How reckless to do that on the internet, bro. WTF? I typed his number into my phone and had a brief moment of hesitation before I called. Please, 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 let it truly be him, not some creep hiding behind a screen.
Not yet,
I heard the ringtone for a few seconds
but it's getting up there.
until he answered. Neither of us said a word, where I finally took the first step. Hello? We talked the entire night. Even though our exchange had been a bit hesitant at first, he told me how he discovered my channel. He had been scouring all the small urban exploration YouTube channels, sending the same message for 2 months, until he finally found mine. Hey. Then our conversation meandered, drifting from topic to topic, from
Ooh,
everything to nothing.
the
I
beans
fell
are
asleep
good.
on the phone with him, feeling a serene
You
calm.
know, those beans are
It's
great.
then that I learned his
Eh,
name.
it floods like this every few
Felix.
years. It's like the third time I lived here, it flooded this bad.
Leo's working hard, growing. Pampers is working hard, keeping him dry.
I might do that.
Pampers Swabbers has a keep dry liner to keep him comfortably
I
dry.
just relax, have some fun.
Pampers, behind every baby.
That's it. Is that it? Okay. This is 2 weeks ago.
2 months ago, the others and I escaped from the circus. And yet, when I opened my eyes, I was alone. I walked for a long time, hoping to find a phone booth to call my mother, but the police stopped me first. I took the opportunity to ask them for help. I told them I thought I was a missing person. The
I just came from
searched
town.
their database and took me to the police station. In the reflection of the glass, it is hard to see my former self again. I think I had ended up getting used to my jester-like appearance. Once at the station, they asked me questions about what had happened to me. They told me they had found my car abandoned in front of an old building 7 months ago. I chose to tell them that I remembered nothing, not even my own name. They called my parents to tell them the news, and they came to the station. My mother burst into tears. Christine! I never thought the circus would change me so much. I could no longer bear to see my former self. I needed a change.
No. Wonder Harbor
Strangely
Freight.
enough, I had gotten used to my colorful avatar, and going back to my darker, edgier self just didn't feel right anymore. And I still hold on to the hope that wearing the 3 colors that once defined me in the circus might, by some miracle, help others recognize me in the street. Yet I know such a chance belongs only to the realm of miracles. After a month, I moved back into my old apartment. My mother was hesitant about it, but I desperately needed the solitude to reconnect with myself. Now I find myself alone without them, stripped of my bearings and my routines. Even if the circus was a prison, its prisoners were still human beings with whom I had forged real bonds. I'm trying to piece together a normal life again, free learning how to eat, how to tame my anxieties, how to live with my solitude. I worry about the others. I can only hope they truly manage to escape. They are people like me, forced to relearn how to live, carrying our fractured minds, unable to speak of the
I'm trying to watch this. A new shop vac. My little 2-gallon Craftsman couldn't keep up
circus
with
to
the shit.
anyone
I had to suck
without
up.
being dismissed as insane. And I miss them. For 2 months, I searched for them relentlessly. I changed all my usernames to Pomni and tried posting on every social network the names they might have chosen. Why were the names we had been given so common? I even reached out on Reddit, hoping someone might have heard of
That
the game,
might
The
work.
Amazing Digital Circus. But it was all in vain. Still not a single response. Then, one day, a notification popped up on one of my YouTube videos from a user named JaxBoy52.
Great channel. I feel like I'm your first fan.
I was overwhelmed, shocked, moved, a rush of emotions flooding me all at once. Then he replied immediately, just leaving his phone number. I promptly took a screenshot and his comment. How reckless to do that on the internet. Seriously, what was he thinking?
I know it was on
I
a
typed his
YouTube
number
channel,
into
but no
my
one has
phone
looked for it.
and had a brief moment of hesitation before I called. Please, let it truly be him and not just some creep hiding behind a screen. Please, please, please. I quickly replied, hoping with all my heart that it was really him. I tried not to get too carried away, just in case it wasn't actually him.
Great channel. I feel like I'm your first fan.
Thank you so much. I really love your profile picture. The purple rabbit is hilarious. I hope I'm not being cringy. I heard the ringtone ring for a few seconds until he answered. Neither of us said a word before I finally took.
Yeah, it cost a
The
lot.
first step.
I don't know how much it cost, though. It cost a
We
lot.
talked through the entire night. Even though our exchange had been a bit hesitant at first, he told me how he discovered my channel. He had been scouring all the small urban exploration YouTube channels, sending the same message for 2 months until he finally found mine.
Hey,
Then our conversation meandered, drifting from topic to topic, from everything to nothing. I fell asleep on the phone with him, feeling a serene calm. It was then that I learned his name, Felix. The
Felix.
next morning, when I woke up, I saw a message from him. He was asking if I wanted to meet in person and grab dinner together that evening. Without hesitation, I said yes right away. But a second later, a tiny bit of regret crept in. I wasn't ready, not in my head at least. Talking on the phone had been easy. I knew his voice, his tone, but face to face, what would I even say? How should I act? What should I wear? I spent the rest of the day restlessly pacing, my mind looping through 1,000 possible scenarios, our reunion, the silences, the awkward pauses. Every 10 minutes, I changed outfits again, never satisfied. I wanted what I wore to help him recognize me. In the end, I settled on a pair of overalls, a little nod to Jax, and a sweater in the colors of my old avatar. I gave myself one last look in the mirror, taking a deep, steadying breath. Every tiny hesitation felt magnified in my mind. Every detail of how I looked seemed so important. Then finally, I gathered myself. That's aside, I just wanted to see him. Yesterday, I learned that he lived an hour away from me. Are the others nearby as well? At least it gave me hope of finding them, and now we would be two searching together. I pulled out my phone and opened Google Maps to check the route to the restaurant. It was a 40-minute drive from my place. Once I reached the city, night had already fallen. I made my way to the restaurant, following the directions on Google Maps. It had been ages since I'd done something like this with friends, going out to eat, grabbing a drink, or any other casual activity together. On the subway, about 10 minutes into the ride, I messaged him to let him know I was on my way. Though the nerves were still there, excitement had taken over. I was a little curious to see what he really looked like in person. On my way. Be there in approximately 30 minutes. Not far from the meeting spot, I caught myself trying to imagine what he might look like. It wasn't easy. All I could picture was that sly, purple rabbit, and I thought the only thing that would never change was his smile. Right then, I got a message from that bunny boy. He said he was already there. The only hint he gave me was that he was wearing a pink bomber jacket.
I'm already here, wearing a pink bomber jacket.
I looked around, trying to spot someone who could be him. Then, under the glow of a streetlight, I saw him. He was there, and of course, he had purple hair. One hand in his pocket, the other holding his phone, calm yet attentive, as if he was looking for someone too. For a moment, I froze, unsure if I should move forward. All the scenarios I'd imagined throughout the day collided in my mind, and yet despite the whirlwind of emotions, a smile naturally spread across my face. Then, the word Jax slipped out of my mouth on its own, like old habits coming back. Jax! He turned his gaze toward me, and as soon as I stepped into his line of sight, I saw his expression change, as if his brain was trying to process the information. At that moment, everything around me blurred. The noise of the city, the passers-by, the cold, all of it faded away. There was only him and me. I couldn't move for the moment, and neither could he. It was strange, all these emotions swirling inside me at that instant.
2 months ago, I found myself back in my own body. Hey, Pomni, we did! But the building was empty. I was completely alone. Now that I'm back, what should I do? Go home! The only memory I have before arriving at the circus is running away from home after a fight with my mother's boyfriend. Great! Just great! Going back there! What a joke! Strangely, I still remembered the way back home, though I wasn't even sure it could still be called home. When I reached the house, the garden was overgrown and unkempt. A stark contrast to how it used to be. A light glowed faintly from the windows. I summoned all my courage and I forced myself to knock on the door. The silence stretched painfully. After what felt like an eternity, the door opened and there she was, my mother pale and frozen, her eyes wide as if she were staring at a ghost. For a tense, silent moment, our eyes met. Then she crumbled, tears streaming down her face, and pulled me into her arms. I didn't hug her back, though the urge was there. Old habits die hard, they don't vanish in an instant. At the police station. I told them I had no memories of those 4 years, that I had
4
simply
years?
woken up in an abandoned building, and that was all I.
This stuff, it doesn't exist.
Could offer them. I didn't want to say anything more. I didn't want them to think I was
Oh my God, Jack. It's not an episode, it's a PAX.
crazy or to drag even more trouble into my life than I already had. I had other things to deal with. My mother had finally left that bastard she used to be with. That was good news, but he had left a little souvenir behind. A 4-year-old little sister. Apparently, right after I disappeared, my mother found out she was pregnant. When she told me all that, I felt something twist inside me. As if, while I vanished for 4 years, someone else had taken my place or filled the void I had left. I just want her to stay away from me.
Be nice to your sister.
My mother asked me where I had been all these years. I told her that I had no idea myself. 4 years missing. Not bad, I guess. She didn't waste a second after that. She decided to take me to the police station to report my return, glancing at me often throughout the journey. Over these 2 months, she wore me down completely. God damn it. I actually softened because of this tiny gremlin. At first, she annoyed me. Then I started getting used to her. And against my will, something cracked, a tiny breach in the armor I'd built around myself. Without even realizing it, I started opening up a bit more to my mother, too. We talked more easily, less coldly. I even caught myself answering her naturally, almost without thinking. During those 2 months, I really didn't make things easy for my mother. She suddenly had to face a son who had been missing for 4 years. Now a 22-year-old man, unable to give her a single answer. She had been hoping for all this time. All she got from me was coldness, distance, and silence. We argued a lot about my behavior. She could see I was struggling, hurting, but I kept pushing her away, refusing to let her break through the shell I'd built around myself. What hurt the most was seeing the sadness on her face.
Felix, please, talk to me. You're watching videos of abandoned buildings again.
Of everyone trapped in that circus, the one I longed to see again the most was Pomni. Maybe that old lunatic too, but Pomni was different. She was the only one I felt truly at ease with. The only one who, without even realizing it, brought back the human emotions I had forced myself to bury deep inside. She broke down my guard, shattered beliefs I thought were unshakable. Honestly, she must be crazy to have wasted so much time on me. If she hadn't pushed so hard, would I have ever made it out of the circus?
Just talk to me. I'm not giving up, and if it pisses you off, good. That'll be my own little revenge. Jax, come on.
During the first month, sleeping was the worst part. The nightmares came back again and again, relentless. Every night, the same scenes replayed on a loop, seeing Ribbit, Pomni, or even myself being abstracted over and over again. I'd wake up drenched in sweat, heart racing, as if I had fallen right back into that world that should never have existed in the first place.
Help, Jax, help.
Help. It hurts, Jax. Help.
After 4 long years, after a nightmare had shaken me awake, my mother came into my room to check if I was all right. Seeing her there, in a rare moment of weakness, I finally let go. I pulled her into my arms. So much had been buried inside me, waiting desperately to be released. Tears escaped against my will, slipping down my cheeks as if my body could no longer contain what my heart had carried for so long.
It is okay, Funlegs. It is okay.
Felix.
The only information I had was that she was an Urbex YouTuber, with no subscribers, practically invisible. So I started by changing my username, then set out to search for her channel, hoping to find her by chance or by some miracle. Let's do it. But the task turned out to be far more complicated than I had imagined. I had to dive into countless Urbex videos from a year ago, my only point of reference since she had been trapped in the circus and couldn't have posted anything. I listened closely to every voice, examining every detail, never knowing whether she too had changed her username. Until the day I came across a video from a channel called Pomni. I clicked on it immediately, and then I heard her voice. Now I had to send a message, something without saying too much just in case it wasn't her. Even though I was 99% sure it was Pomni, there was no way I was going to write, "Hey, it is me, Jax the asshole from the circus." So cringe. Yo, have you been doing Urbex for a long time? No? That doesn't work? The video is kind of meh. You should do face cam. No? She'd think I'm a creep. So I decided to keep it simple. Hoping she'd be able to connect my username with my profile picture, please. Let her reply quickly. Great channel. I feel like I'm your first fan. Okay, screw it. I'm doing it. I don't know if this is something people do or not, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. I dropped my number in the comment section of her video. At that point, I knew it for sure. She had recognized me. Great channel. I feel like I'm your first fan.
Thank you so much. I really love your profile picture. The purple rabbit is hilarious.
I can't tell you guys what I'm watching right now, but I think I found something I like. 2 weeks ago, it's getting darker out.
When she called me, I panicked. I just stared at my phone vibrating, unable to answer. Eventually, I gathered my courage and picked up, but I still couldn't bring myself to speak until I heard her voice. The conversation was shy at first, even awkward. And yet, we talked all night long. She fell asleep on the phone, cute. And that is when I learned her name was Christine. Just yesterday, I never thought I'd talk this much with Chris. In just 2 months, we had so much to catch up on. Without even realizing it, I asked her if we could meet. Shoot, I'm not ready. And the worst part, she said yes, right away. Oh, no! I was afraid she wouldn't recognize me. So I rushed out to buy some purple hair dye at the shop next to my place. I honestly don't think the bomber jacket alone would be enough for her to recognize me. Was it a decision made out of panic? Yes. Once the dye dried, I finally saw the result. Surprisingly, it didn't look that bad. But it felt strange to see myself like this. So I decided to start getting ready for tonight. I went downstairs to grab a quick bite. I hadn't eaten breakfast that morning. That is into my mom still having her own breakfast. She'd stayed in bed all morning. Then her eyes landed on me. She froze, her coffee suspended halfway. Shocked by what I'd done to my hair, she immediately bombarded me with questions why I did it, and all the other questions an overprotective mother can ask her son after a spur-of-the-moment hair dye. I had forgotten one small detail before dyeing my hair, how my mom would react. Now I know.
Publix?
Thanks. I've got enough.
He loves it, see? Just look at that happy face. I found you.
You always did.
Are you sure this is a good idea for a costume party?
This was a terrible idea. I feel ridiculous.
Hey, Publix.
Leave me alone with that.
Oh, that was really too much to do.
Kinger.
That was too much to do, boy. You guys shouldn't have did that, Felix. Wow, I found too much.
Hey guys, I don't own any of these. Comics. All credit goes to the amazing artist. Please follow them
GBX.
below. The links are in the description below. Thanks. The next morning, when I woke up, I saw a message from him. He was asking if I wanted to meet in person and grab dinner together that evening.
We know so little about Jack, so I just winged it, lol. She just wants to make.
Okay, I wish I could get these. Special guest. Oh, can't believe it. Special guest star. We got. I can't say that.
Peter, you have to come with us.
Guys have to go.
Hi, Christine. Huh? Christine Moore. Oh,
More.
God, how long had she been calling for me?
I
I'm
thought
so
we-
sorry.
Mommy.
I was kind of in space. My parents had insisted on me getting a checkup after being gone for so long, which I guess was fair, but I wasn't exactly a huge fan of being in the doctor's office, especially after being legally missing. I just knew I'd have to answer the same questions I had already answered to the police. Again.
Where were you?
Who were you with?
Did they hurt you?
Have you ever used drugs?
I was trapped in an old abandoned building by someone I never saw. Which wasn't a lie, I just didn't want to get sent to an institution for saying I was trapped in a VR circus where a sentient pair of teeth made me go on adventures.
120 pounds.
I wasn't surprised. I weighed exactly that for basically my entire adult life. Somehow, I got the headset off. My body hadn't changed at all. I should have been dead. I hadn't eaten in months. But I wasn't. I was fine. And it made no sense at all.
You can wait for the doctor in here, please.
I was learning I hated rooms like this now. Being in an oversaturated circus hellscape for that long made a white blank wall feel like borderline torture. I had found myself searching Digital Circus every single day in hopes that maybe someone else was okay. Maybe we all got out. All but Kinger. He somehow managed to figure out what he could only describe as admin privileges. He got us out. He saved us. But he stayed. The circus was falling apart as we left, glitching out, shutting down. He was gone. If we ever found each other again, we'd have to honor him somehow. It's what he'd want. The appointment had gone mostly as expected. Regular checkup, but with way more questions. But just as I thought, I was fine. As much as I missed my mom's voice at first, she'd been understandably overbearing since I'd been back. I was so relieved when it went to voicemail. Ion, Oma. Appointment went fine. Just like I told you it would. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Ah.
Uh-oh.
Can't you watch where you're going? Oh, god damn it.
Well, only one of us was at our phone, not paying attention. That was you, short
Oh,
stack.
please. There was absolutely zero chance. So, how do you feel about jesters? That was exactly weird enough of a question that he probably wouldn't mug me if I were wrong. Great, I'm making myself look like a weirdo in front of a stranger.
They're disasters. Totally unstable. Pretty short, too. How do you feel about rabbits?
Oh my god. They're a pain in my ass.
Pomni?
I wanted to hug him, but I couldn't help but just look at him. His hair was dark brown with grown out blonde. That looked like he'd probably done it himself, and looked like it hadn't been brushed today. It suited him.
So, how's it going?
Pretty well, I guess. Found a new job, got a new apartment. Thank God my parents kept my car and all of my stuff for my old apartment for me. What about you?
Pretty similar, I guess.
At least he's clearly bleeding in the actual world, too. My name's Christine.
So,
Felix.
It feels weird meeting you all over again.
Yeah, you're not even having a mental breakdown. Unless you are.
Nah, Mom made me get a post-disappearance checkup. Moms, you know,
Yeah. So, where are we going?
guess he's coming with me now. Okay. Well, I was going to go home, order a pizza, brought on the couch, but honestly, I'd be happy to have the company.
Damn. Really living the high life, huh?
Hearing him swear uncensored was weird. You know it, bunny boy.
How dare you?
I live a tiny bit outside of the city. Is that all right?
Works for me.
It was funny how much Felix walked like Jax, hunched over, but still somehow cocky.
Wait, this is your car?
an old Civic.
Yeah?
Pomni. I mean, Christine.
Do you realize how messed up this is for me? This was like a decently cool car when I put that fucking headset on, and you're so uncool.
First, fuck you. Second, old car? Felix, it's a Civic.
Hey, don't disrespect her like that. She's practically factory new. Smells like 2015 in here.
Well, I'll try to keep my ancient relic in good condition, you fossil. Felix was still wide-eyed. Looking around like the car was a spaceship.
Do you have any idea how jarring this is? Everyone else is up there driving Teslas. And those weird electric skateboards or whatever, the hell they are. And I'm stuck in this being the newest thing.
That wasn't so bad. Pushing. Kissing. Now.
Home sweet home.
Your place is nice.
Thank you. Are you nervous?
No? Can I, hug you?
Oh, come near, you big baby.
Huh?
Oh, her socks are still like
I
pommies.
missed you.
I missed you too.
All right. Now that we're alone, let me get a good look at you.
Tiny freckles. You could probably mount a constellation in them. Somewhere between dark olive and umber. Evidence of sleepless nights. Snake bites. I wonder how they would feel. Dot canceled. Nope.
Funny that in real life, you're still tiny.
Funny that a prick. I never would have penned you for the type to not shave.
Excuse you, Christine. My facial hair is the pinnacle of masculinity.
Feel free to take a seat, by the way.
You found
Oh my god. This is so much softer than mine.
So, what were you doing in town?
Trying to hunt down my stuff. My place got sort of, ransacked.
Ransacked? Is your living situation okay?
I'm sleeping on my couch every night, but that's nothing new. And the entire building is abandoned.
I don't mind if you, want to crash here for a while.
Why, Pom-Pom, this is so sudden. We haven't even had a first date. And you're already inviting me to move in.
I can kick you out just as easily. I'll take you out to dinner when you've settled in.
I'll hold you to that, but thanks. I'll make it up to you.
Something on my face?
No, just, it's hard to believe that you're really here. That I'm here. Sometimes I feel like this isn't real. That I'm dreaming. And when I go to sleep, I'll wake up back in a circus.
Felix, I promise you, I'm real. The circus is over now.
Wait a second, I gotta do something. Let's roll up. I got plans tomorrow, and I'm not going to lose them, I hope. I'm going to the diner tomorrow. That's my biggest concern. Go to the diner tomorrow and relax. That's all I got to do.
Everyone escaped, including you. And we are never going back again.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Touching things helps when I get like this. Is it alright if I...
Go ahead.
You're real.
Mm-hmm. And so are you. Oh, sorry.
You were just a little cold. Sorry. Brought the mood down a bit, didn't I? Hey, come here.
Why?
Don't you trust me, Pom Pom? I just want to see something.
I am never living down that nickname, am I?
Yep, still fits.
Not as drastic of a height difference anymore, though. What?
I think I forgot what human contact felt like. This okay?
Uh-huh. This okay?
Mm-hmm.
Weird in 5 fingers, I bet.
Because of my size?
Don't word it like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you mind if I fell asleep here?
Don't you want to go and pick up your stuff first?
Tomorrow. You're too comfy.
All right. Tomorrow.
Aww. So. Okay, so everything makes sense now. Everything makes perfect sense now. Everything is good. Her name was Lola. That's how the song goes. Her name was Lola. Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. Her name is Lola. 13 days ago.
You have surprisingly okay taste. What were you expecting? I don't know.
I'd like to know if he ever found her. I wish you could dress like a human.
You have surprisingly okay taste. What were you expecting? I don't know. Something dumb. Am I insane, or are there even more fast food restaurants than I remember? I'm not complaining. It's nice having so many close to home. Cheaper delivery fees. I could feel him staring at me, but he wasn't saying anything. He spent the rest of the car ride asking me questions I'd never ever considered him having. What movies had got him?
13 days ago, I'm not watching that.
Hey guys, I don't own any of these comics. All
Oh, here we go.
comics are by artists. Please show them some love. Their links are in the description below. Thanks.
2 months ago.
I found myself back in my old body. My eyes immediately searched for Pomni, since she had left the circus before me. Hey, Pomni! We did! But the building was empty. I was completely alone. Now that I'm back, what should I do? Go home? The only memory I have before arriving at the circus is running away from home after a fight with my mother's boyfriend. Great. Just great. Going back there. Strangely, I still remember the way back home, though I wasn't even sure if it could still be called home. When I reached the house, the garden was overgrown and unkempt, a stark contrast to how it used to be. A light glowed faintly from the windows. I summoned all my courage and I forced myself to knock on the door. The silence stretched painfully. After what felt like an eternity, the door opened, and there she was, my mother, pale and frozen, her eyes wide as if she was staring at a ghost. For a tense, silent moment, our eyes met. Then she crumbled, tears streaming down her face, and pulled me into her arms. I didn't hug back, though the urge was there. Old habits die hard. They don't vanish in an instant. My mother asked me where I had been all these years. I told her that I had no idea myself. 4 years missing. Not bad, I guess. She didn't waste a second after that. She decided to take me to the police station to report my return, glancing at me often throughout the journey. At the police station, I told them I had no memories of those 4 years, that I had simply woken up in an abandoned building, and that was all I could offer them. I didn't want to say anything more. I didn't want them to think I was crazy, or to drag even more trouble into my life than I already had. I had other things to deal with. My mother had finally left that back. She used to be with. That was good news.
3-4-year-old sister.
Scan the QR code on specially marked Lunchables or visit lunchables.gg to enter.
I don't want to.
Hey, get.
Pomni, what are you doing?
Just resting for a moment. You're soft. It is nice.
No, I'm not. So, just...
So come.
You struggle.
I'm serious. I will bite.
Saskin. Wait.
Should I save that information for later or something?
To break.
Okay, everything makes sense now. They found each other. Okay, so they found each other, but they never found. So we never know about Zubul or Gangle. Okay, so we only know a little bit. Okay.
Hey broskies, it's Sona, and today I'll be drawing characters from the Amazing Digital Circus if they were human. I finally watched the animated pilot and I loved all the characters, and I especially
2 years
think
ago.
this concept would be interesting as all the characters have human forms outside of the digital world that we haven't seen yet. So I'm gonna draw how I see them in my brain. Let's go. The first character I'll be turning human is Pomni. Pomni arrives in the Amazing Digital Circus after putting on a headset, having no memory of who she is in the real world. She is met with several other characters who have also been trapped in the circus for years, as well as the host, Kane, who is a pair of talking dentures. Kane explains she is now in the digital circus, which is a really wacky place full of mysteries
Okay, guys, we're done.
and no one can leave the digital world as there is no exit. Since her memories are lost, Kane gives her a new name, and from there on out, she is forced to